Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
As the out-of-control pandemic exerts an inordinate strain on resources in India, including slowing the speed of testing, many medical professionals have taken to asking suspected COVID patients to obtain a chest CT scan to diagnose the extent of lung involvement and damage. However, there is also a lot of talk about the risks of cancer from radiation exposure from CT scans, which are stronger and longer than X-rays. But how risky are CT scans then? How many can we get without worrying? And why do so many different experts say different things about the risk of cancer from these scans? In this video, let's take a look at what CT scan is, how it works, and where it helps with COVID, and whether the risks of cancer are exaggerated or worrying. I'm Sandhya Ramesh, and this is Pure Science. Of course, let's start at the beginning. What is a CT scan? A CT scan, or a computed tomography scan, is an imaging technique that is used in medicine. It can help us obtain very detailed images of the body or parts of the body that are imaged using X-rays. The procedure of CT is non-invasive, and multiple X-ray measurements are taken from various angles and are then run through reconstruction algorithms to obtain an accurate cross-section image of the body. This image is called a tomographic image. CT can be used in patients with rods in them, or metal implants, or even pacemakers, unlike MRI, for which all of these are contraindications. The CT scan is extremely valuable and useful and has altered medical imaging in numerous ways, leading to revolutionary breakthroughs in diagnostics. In 1979, South African physicist Alan Cormack and British electrical engineer Godfrey Hounsfield were awarded the joint Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for developing the technique of CT, or computer assisted tomography. It used to earlier be called CAT scan, CAT scan. The word tomography comes from the Greek tome, meaning to slice, and graphein, to write. A CT machine consists of an X-ray generator that rotates around the person who is being imaged. X-ray detectors are placed opposite to the generators. When these X-rays pass through a person, they are modified and attenuated depending on the kind of tissues, muscles, and bones that they pass through, providing an X-ray output. Multiple slices of X-rays of the same location are taken from different angles as the X-ray generator rotates. These raw images are called a sinogram. These are then pieced together to obtain a comprehensive understanding of the part of the body that is being imaged. Sometimes a chemical medium for highlighting structures like blood vessels is also injected intravenously before a CT scan. Such a medium is called a radio contrast, and it is usually a compound that is made of iodine. As this flows around the body in the bloodstream, this contrast spreads through the tissues, and X-rays are attenuated differently, and the tissues then show up on the scan. A radio contrast is used to obtain necessary information about how well cells and tissues in the body are functioning. All these X-rays are, of course, radiation, and they are a form of ionizing radiation. When it comes to dangers of radiation, the risk of development of future incidence of cancer is known to increase with increased exposure to ionizing radiation. Ionizing radiation is one where subatomic particles or electromagnetic waves have enough energy to gain or lose electrons or charge. High energy radiation like gamma rays, X-rays, and UV rays are highly ionizing. In fact, one of the most common causes of skin cancer is UV from the sun. On the other hand, long wavelengths like radio waves, microwaves, infrared, all kinds of laser, even low energy UV and visible light are non-ionizing. Ionizing radiation used in the CT technique can potentially damage human cells and DNA, and prolonged or cumulative exposure to such radiation can lead to radiation-induced cancer. This has led to a lot of concern from those in the medical community about indiscriminate and unnecessary usage of CT scan in the diagnosis of COVID during the current outbreak. In COVID patients, CT scans can be helpful in some scenarios, including ruling out pulmonary embolism in a patient who is on blood thinners and steroids and is not recovering. It can also help diagnose and rule out pneumomediastinum, where the thoracic cavity, which houses the heart and cardiac vessels, shows an abnormal presence of gas or air. CT scans can sometimes be requested when RT-PCR has come negative or the person has subsequently tested negative but continues to show symptoms of breathing distress. CT scans can also be useful to diagnose fungal diseases such as mucormycosis that is taking hold in India thanks to the combination of indiscriminate steroid usage for COVID treatment and diabetes. A radiation dose is a measure of exposure to radiation. There are three kinds of radiation doses that are measured. An absorbed dose is the amount of energy absorbed by an exposed body part. An equivalent dose is calculated for individual organs and is the absorbed dose adjusted to each organ type and radiation type. And an effective dose is the addition of all equivalent doses for the entire body. Radiation doses are typically measured in SI units called either the Gray or the Sievert. 1 Gray is defined as the absorption of 1 joule of radiation energy per kilogram of matter. The Sievert typically measures the health effect of low levels of ionizing radiation on the body and quantifies this risk. It is related to the Gray by a factor Q, that is a measure of the type of radiation and the part of the body that is exposed. Each dose is proportional to the amount of radiation the exposed body part absorbs. The higher the energy and the longer the period of exposure, the higher the damage. Absorbed dose is measured in milligrays, while equivalent and effective doses are measured in millisieverts. And this varies across different parts of the body. Different organs absorb different levels of different types of radiation. Effective dose is what is typically considered to reflect the general overall risk from exposure to radiation for an individual. As with all kinds of ionizing radiation, lead is the main material that is used by radiographers to protect and shield against scattered X-rays. There is normally a wide range of variation in radiation doses for similar scan types and techniques. It is currently thought that the risk of cancer increases linearly with an effective radiation dose of 5.5% per sievert. A typical X-ray of a broken bone involves radiation doses ranging from about 0.01 to 0.15 milligrays. A typical CT scan, however, can involve doses of 10 to 20 milligrays for specific organs and can even go as high as 80 to 100 milligrays for certain specialized scans. The global population's average dose exposure to radiation resulting from nuclear tests and other lingering sources is thought to be about equivalent to 2.4 milligrays per year. In general, it is thought that a radiation dose from a CT scan of the brain is equivalent to background radiation exposure of about 7 months. A CT scan of the chest is thought to be equivalent to background radiation exposure of about 2 years. Scan of the abdomen to exposure of 2.6 years, and scan of the spine or the heart to background radiation exposure of about 3 years. Often, radiation doses are compared over non-equivalent scales, such as comparing the lowest dose of chest X-ray technique with the highest dose chest CT techniques. Recently, the director of AIIMS, Dr. Randeep Guleria, sounded a warning against CT scans, stating that the radiation dose from one CT scan is equivalent to 300 to 400 chest X-rays. His numbers were immediately refuted by the Indian Radiological and Imaging Association, who clarified that most modern CT scanners use an ultra-low dose CT following the ALARA principle, or the as low as reasonably achievable principle. However, It is unclear how many facilities around the country and across India are currently equipped with modern low-dose CT scanners. In radiation research, early estimates of the level of harm caused by radiation exposure were based on single instantaneous fatal exposures experienced during the atomic bomb explosions, as well as exposures experienced by personnel who work in the nuclear and atomic industry. Some studies have found that the risk of cancer rises with increasing medical imaging techniques, while other studies have in turn indicated that such studies, which find an increased risk, are often not rigorous enough to establish the level of risk they claim. But it does not mean that these techniques are without risk. While the extent to which the risk of cancer is raised might be unknown to an accurate degree, all experts agree that caution in general must be exercised by physicians, patients, and personnel alike in CT use.